Irving Stone was a brilliant 20th century American writer who penned a splendid biography of Michelangelo entitled The Agony and the Ecstasy. And in that story, Stone wrote, "Talent is cheap and dedication is expensive. It will cost you your life." Michelangelo was a rare Renaissance artist who, as you know, will long be remembered for his painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And like Michelangelo, Carl Gershman has been and remains a rare intellectual artist whose dedication to the cause of democracy has consumed much of his adult life, and we're all better because of it. If we're lucky, we all have jobs we like and families we love, and we hope to make a contribution to our community and our society. But Carl Gershman gets up every day and not only champions democracy as we know it, but works to expand it wherever possible, explain it to whoever will listen, and most importantly, protect it from the ever-present forces that will suffocate our individuality, silence our speech, and steal our liberty. This is no eulogy for Carl, but that's more than a life well lived. It was and remains a calling of unique importance to people everywhere, for which we are all very grateful. The good news is that Carl is our opening keynote speaker, and he's been president, as I said, of the National Endowment for Democracy for almost 40 years. He's been an eloquent spokesman for the role of the business community and of economic reform in cultivating and sustaining democracy. He recognizes that democratic governance and free market economics go hand in hand, and he has been a powerful voice for the role that only the business community can play in the ongoing process of economic reform. Carl once wrote, "Economic reform must proceed in tandem with democratic political change. Political reform by itself is not enough. If democracy does not deliver for the people and continue to serve only the interests of entrenched elites, public disillusionment and anger will reemerge and produce more upheaval. The answer does not lie with government, which will not produce jobs and opportunity. The solution lies in fundamental institutional reform and the creativity of private enterprise." That lesson is universal and is as applicable in the United States as it is anywhere else in the world. While encouraging CIPE in its distinctive mission to deliver democratic governance and its various ingredients, Carl has embraced CIPE's constituency, the private sector, as part of the broader family of civil society organizations and the global role they can play, each in their own way, to advance freedom of association, ethical business conduct, a plurality of democratic voices, and opportunities for citizens to make choices about the governance of their societies and the lives they lead. It has been a privilege and a delight to work with Carl. All of us who participate in democracy assistance have benefited from his clear vision, from the constellation of institutions that he has championed within NED and beyond, and from his vigorous defense of democratic freedoms. Like Michelangelo, Carl has painted the ceiling of the Chapel of Democracy, which inspires all of us every day to reach for and cherish the freedoms which only democracy can bring. Carl will be retiring from the endowment in just a matter of days, and I could not be more privileged to be able to introduce him to you all this morning. Carl,